we have to make sure that we are producing over 150,000 formal jobs a year. So that's quite an ambitious, a very ambitious target.
I especially trying to leverage and also empower talents on the continent of Africa.
We think of Rwanda as being a country that has its people as its biggest resource. We want to see ourselves transforming to a traditional agriculture-led economy into a service-led economy. And so the labor market is going to have to grow to adjust to that.
Rwanda has really undergone a very remarkable transformation. Over the last 20 years, we have seen that the country has become one of the fastest growing economies, not only in Africa, but in the world. We believe that the only way that this growth can be sustainable is if everybody is being, sort of carried along that development process.
We were asked to look at the future of work in Rwanda, which is a huge topic, of course. So we thought we'd narrow it down to the sector that might be most interesting. Most people in Rwanda are still in agriculture, but that's fast changing. People are moving to cities. And there are two sectors, manufacturing and services. And services is the bigger sector. And in terms of exports, it's interesting to export services from a small landlocked country because it doesn't cost anything to export those.
And when we talk about services, we're looking at highly skilled type services. We want to value add. People typically talk about doing that for products, but we also want to do it for people. And so that's the type of labor market we envision, and we've already made investments to make that possible.
We're doing training with outsourcing.
So the conference was pretty much two things. We wanted to present the study, but we wanted the study not to just be a study that some may or may not read and then put on the shelf, but we wanted to have this actually be part of the real world. So we invited 10 global analysts of the sector to help us devise the policy framework in Rwanda in a way that attracts companies.
I know about Egypt, I know about South Africa, I know that there's an IT community in Nigeria. And so when people said Rwanda, I said, wow, well, let's see what's going on there.
But I see Kigali as a place, as a hub that can really power other African countries. Because Francophone market, you can easily access Francophone market because there are French-speaking people here, and also there are English-speaking countries, people here, which is Anglophone.
I think the challenge for Africa is that at every turn that there has been some industrial revolution globally or a complete shift, we're always left behind. So digitization and ICT is an absolute priority for the government, and that's also an area where we've concentrated our efforts in terms of skills development.
I'm very interested to join other colleagues that are talking about job creation. I'm here to make sure that some people are doing the job of bringing people inside the country. I'm here to provide the soft landing in terms of providing talents, because I'm good in preparing the talents and train people according to how the company wants them to work for.
The future of digitalization in Rwanda is very broad. Maybe from the perspective of mobility, it's going to, like I said in the talks, it's going to facilitate the growth of a cashless economy. It's going to help our city to plan accordingly based on mobility patterns. I guess we'll be able to make informed decisions of how the city should look. It's also going to help us make more advancements in the future. We solve these problems right now, problems of buses, problems of ride-hailing, motors, cabs. Then in the future, we have a framework for more interesting things.
When I heard about this event, I was really happy to know that what I'm trying to push, there are some people also talking about it.
Hopefully I can contribute and offer some of what I've learned, but I'm also here as much, if not more, to learn about what Rwanda has to offer. And so far, so good.
There is a lot that we're taking home today. I think one of the things that is extremely positive for Rwanda is an affirmation that a lot of the things that we have been investing in over the last several decades are paying off. We have the right kind of environment. It's stable, it's secure, it's safe, it's low risk, minimal corruption. And we've seen that that's something that investors resonate with very strongly. I think also one thing that we've taken away is just the importance of bringing these communities together in events and conferences like this. There is a lot of insights that have been shared, that have been generated, and I think that that has transformed, the mindset of many in understanding destinations like Africa and Rwanda.
I'm a researcher, I write studies. I'm usually removed from the real world, but it actually felt like we did something here. This is the start with Rwanda as a location for global business services, and that I couldn't have expected more.